What's good with y'all? Today is a good day, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to Awareness Plug. And today, I want to just talk about my current coaching program, which is called Relationship and Dating Mastery, right? And so, pretty much today, I just wanted to explain how this coaching program is, I think, could definitely change your life. Again, if you are the kind of person right now, right, you are going through, you are dating or you're in a relationship, and for the longest, things is not going how you anticipated or expected it to go. If you're in a lot of pain, if you're confused, if you're dealing with a lot of the things that I'm hearing on the internet, dates and you're in relationships that you feel used. So many dating problems and relationship problems. A lot of that the center of that is you, right? And so this coaching program is really designed for you to become self-aware of your childhood pattern and how you attract but not just attract, but choose the people that you choose. This program pretty much is designed to help you to see yourself clearly in every single way. And this coaching program is designed to help you to understand yourself, understand the kind of relationships or relationship that you want. This is designed to help you to understand the kind of person you are really compatible with. This is about you being more aligned with your values, being more aligned with your own personal standards. Really, this is a customized kind of coaching program in which a lot of this is dependent on how deep you want to go. And so I'm gonna just run down the coaching session that I have. And so again, this program helps men to stop repeating old patterns in dating and relationships and build real connection through emotional confidence and self-awareness. And so this primarily is what I said earlier, is about you becoming self-aware of your old childhood patterns and in understanding why you attract certain relational dynamics in your life, certain kinds of women or men in your life. And so what we want to do is discover these things, right? And I want to let you know, I done heard everything, right? As a coach, as a man, it's nothing that I have never heard before. It's nothing that you should be ashamed of. It's nothing that you should be pretty much ashamed of, right? I heard it all. I have my own personal experiences. But this really is about being vulnerable and us getting to the root of who you are, right? And so our first session pretty much it's going to be about pretty much discovering your emotional triggers, right? And the many patterns that you are experiencing in dating or in relationships, right? And these hidden habits, right? And so this first session pretty much is you explaining to me what has been your experience, right? In dating, in relationships. And during this session, pretty much is the start of understanding your attraction and why you attract the relationships that you attract. During this first session, it's pretty much taking you through different processes on how we would discover a lot of those old patterns and those emotional triggers. And so this is really about you being honest, you being vulnerable, as I'm leading and guiding us into understanding you and understanding your story and how we discover these emotional triggers and all these other things that will come up. I want to warn you, if you really want to grow, I'm trying to tell you, man, it's going to be painful. You're going to have to sit with uncomfortable emotions, right? And so this first session it could be anywhere between 2 hours to 3 hours, right? For me, these sessions is to pretty much bring a mirror back to yourself, right? For you to see clearly yourself, right? Through my own personal methods and how we discover these emotional triggers and these habits, these certain patterns, right? That keep occurring in your relationships, in the people you choose. And again, this is the first session, getting right into it. And so I think the results of this session, pretty much you'll see why you date the way you do and what's been driving those choices. And that's pretty much the goal of the first session. And then I'll have a blueprint of where you're at so that you know where you're at based upon these sessions that we're having and what you've learned and what you've got out of our first sessions. Or what you got out of these sessions. So session 2 is about pretty much, it may be still a mix of discovering your emotions, right? But let's just say, just going straight into session 2, this is more about discovering the different parts of your personality that you've hidden, that you suppressed, that you've denied, right? And these different parts of your personality that you need to show. And so pretty much this is about reclaiming the parts of you've been hiding or judging. And then we're going to really rebuild and ground your confidence in who you are. Because a part of this session is really developing and really seeing these parts of yourself outside of you doing anything, right? These are parts of your personality that you need to express and integrate into the whole of you, right? And so that's the second session. The third session is pretty much everything we learned from the first session, everything we learned from the second session. Now we're going to be clear about your values, your boundaries, and what kind of connection fits you, right? So we're trying to really figure out who are you naturally, right? And what we're trying to do is build the understanding who you are, right? Understanding your needs. What do you need in a relationship? What do you offer in a relationship? What do you value in a relationship? And what do you want someone to value about you in a relationship, right? And this is designed to help you to create and pretty much become that grounded, solid man in knowing who he really is and being able to really feel that in your body and really attract that, right? I can tell you right now, in my life right now, I am so grounded in who I am. I am so grounded, the kind of relationship I want, how I see the kind of relationship that I want to have, right? I'm so clear about the kind of life that I'm living, right? And the kind of person that will be a match to me and me to them. And so this session is really about creating standards that are actually you, that come from, you could say, authentic version of yourself, right? This new self-aware version of yourself, creating your boundaries and all these other things, right? And so this is designed to know, I think the result of this would be to really know what you want, right? And what's healthy for you. And then how to really show that person, right? To show up in who you are. I can guarantee once we get past you thinking you had a type and you start to really understand yourself and you're growing in more self-awareness during these sessions, your type that you thought was your type is not your type, all right? And so that's the third session. Now, again, these sessions can be anywhere between 2 to 3 hours, right? So just keep that in mind. And so the fourth session is pretty much me checking in. And so I give daily check-ins and see how you're doing, whether if you are dating or whatever it is you are doing, right? But the fourth session is me checking in, right? And this is more so about you actually going out into the world, right? And actually going to those places, finding those people, those women, those men that really fit you, who you are, that's really naturally compatible to who you are, right? You don't need a lot of options to keep it real with you, when you know yes and you know what you want, the kind of relationship you really want to have, the kind of person that will be attracted to you, who will be really aligned with you, you need to go where they are at, for real. It's easy after that. You know what I'm saying? And so this section is pretty much putting you in the places where those potential person may be at, right? And also, I think with this coaching program, it really does change a lot. It helps you to really understand yourself more and understanding your purpose more by knowing yourself and becoming more self-aware, right? And so the transformation really is about moving from dating for validation, approval, and not performing anymore, but really showing who you really are and allowing that to shine and allowing that to signal the right person into your life, and allowing that to signal the kind of relationship you want to have. You create that. And so this is about, you want to go from dating for validation, approval, going from performing to creating relationships from confidence, emotional clarity, and self-awareness. And so all through these sessions, we're going to be trying to build this understanding our emotions, understanding ourselves, and building that confidence. That's what you really need, that confidence, right? In saying that, if this is something that you want to do, the link is in the description box. And so I have 2 coaching programs. I have a shorter coaching program, and then I have a longer coaching program, in which this is what I'm talking about. This is the more premium coaching program. This is the Awareness Plug Method Dating and Relationship Mastery. And so this is a one-on-one coaching thing. And so if this is something that you want to do, the link is in the description box. I think what I'll do is create a discovery link to see if this fits you. And then from there, you'll pick which coaching program is right for you, depending on your own personal needs. And so I want to say thank you guys for tuning in.